another week of Tigers baseball has now come and gone. And for the Tigers this week, the Tigers were shockingly good this week. They actually won some games, mainly facing NL competition. Mainly the week started with a dominant series sweep of the New York Mets. The Mets that were supposed to be a World Series contender this year. Seems like even so far early in the season, Low Mets is starting to reign supreme early in the season. Even playing spoiler to another Justin Verlander homecoming when Verlander would give up back-to-back home runs at the start of the game. Damn, that's brutal for Verlander. But yeah, the Tigers sweep the Mets. So yeah, the Tigers actually swept someone. Holy shit. Something I didn't think would happen this year actually happened. God damn. And then the Tigers followed that sweep up with another series win against St. Louis, where they won 2 out of 3 against St. Louis. They won the first 2 and then dropped the final one to St. Louis in a blowout. When St. Louis beat their shit out of the Tigers in the third game. But that game didn't mean too much for the Tigers because, hey, even though that happened, hey, at least the Tigers still won the series over them. But yeah, just imagine where the Tigers would be this year if they played in the NL. The bad news is they play in the AL. And really, for the Tigers, though, shockingly this year, the Tigers aren't too bad of a team when they don't play against AL East competition. They do better against everybody else that's not in the AL East, which is kind of shocking. So yeah, maybe the Tigers, maybe if the Tigers can take advantage of not playing AL teams, maybe they could potentially bullshit their way into something, but I have serious doubts in that, especially with how long baseball season is, and things can change on a dime, just like that. But yeah, not a bad week for Tigers baseball, some very positives there. The Tigers leave this week now second in the AL Central. But they are getting closer to getting back to 500. So maybe the Tigers could do some things, or maybe this is the early part in the season where the Tigers look like they're going to be good so that nobody checks out after 50 games into the season before finally dick punching everyone back to reality. Maybe, but you never know. Maybe AJ Hinch has finally got his shit together. But, even then, though, the Tigers, I think, are still a bad team nonetheless. I think the Tigers are just taking advantage of having a very good, easy early schedule early in the season. And currently, the Tigers, though, they could maybe potentially take advantage of it, that would overachieve. Because the Tigers have the second easiest remaining strength of schedule remaining in the season. So, maybe there is a chance the Tigers could overachieve. I still feel like the Tigers are still the worst team in Detroit sports. I'd say they're still worse than the Pistons. That's all we're all going to have to wait and see on that one until the Pistons get their new head coach and until we see how the Pistons do in the draft lottery. But judging on how the Red Wings did in the draft lottery the other night, I'm thinking the Pistons are probably going to get shafted hard in the lottery because Piston fans have been dreaming of Victor Wembanyama. When, to be honest, I think Victor is going to go to San Antonio. I think the NBA is going to rig it for San Antonio. Just like how the NHL rigged the lottery last night for a shit toilet. Really? That fucking poverty franchise got the first overall pick after they covered up sexual abuse for over a decade? What a fucking joke. No wonder NHL gets the lowest ratings out of the big 4 sports leagues. Because they have the worst fucking PR nightmares at the worst of times. But yeah, the Tigers, Tigers have been doing well against NL competition. Unfortunately, the Tigers don't play in the NL. They play in the goddamn AL. But hey, at least taking advantage of opportunities presented to them. But still a long ways to go in the season. A lot to just be desired. And we also got the NFL schedule coming out Thursday, which I will have the schedule predictions coming out probably Friday. Just in time. But yeah. And I got a bunch of content coming. But yeah, anyway, I think that wraps up for this video. Just, a very quick recap. I mean, it's the Tigers against the NL. Because the Tigers seem to struggle against the AL East. But everywhere else, the Tigers seem to be pretty good everywhere else. Fucking figure that one out. Hey, at the end of the day, I guess if there's one silver lining I can try and say here is, hey, there are some teams you do well against, or some teams you match up well against and some teams you don't match up well against. It's pretty obvious that the Tigers don't match up well with pretty much anybody in the AL East, but they match up well against almost anybody else. Kind of weird, but all right. You know, maybe the Tigers won't be near the fucking bottom of the league this year, you know, but have little doubts in that. You know, season's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. But yeah, anyway, I think that wraps it up here. I'm out for this quick Tigers recap.